Hello and welcome to episode 371. Oh my word of 10 o'clock. I am MDRLOz. Hello. This is Xeno.
I'm down here. Poorly
Somewhere.
lit. I'm down here. I'm poorly lit.
I don't know where you are. You're in
He's
direction.
that way. He's that way.
Very
Wait, I
poorly
can
lit.
look at this. Oh, he's down.
He's that way. That way.
No, wait, that way.
Yeah.
That way. He's over
Other
there.
way.
Yeah, still
He's
poorly
down
lit.
there. Oh, wow. Oh, no, I can actually see now. You don't have any light bulbs.
No, I do. It's just right above my bed. Wait, hold on.
He's in
Oh.
Wales. It's a very sad place. No light bulbs.
Hold on.
See, look, he's just living in perpetual darkness. That's just what it's like in Wales.
Ah. That's not going to make it. Wow, that's literally worse. Okay.
Yep. Wales.
Okay. Okay.
Wales, the land of darkness.
Okay. And
And while
dragons.
Xeno is it? Oh, there we go. Okay.
I can't make it any better. Like, I need
Yep.
a light this way, and I just don't have one.
Of course you can't, because in Wales you live in perpetual darkness. It's amazing that you've been able to scrape together the several souls of animals and then compounded them into some sort of fractured crystal to generate the little bit of light that you have for the next few hours.
I'm glad you
Spending
appreciate
that on
it.
just recording 10 o'clock. Well, I appreciate it.
But the internet's better.
Of course. Right, and as a special guest this week, I apologize, I have no idea who we have because I have been setting stuff up, and so we have a special guest who Xeno will introduce.
I
he's
know.
a
I
lovely
want,
person.
I want you to guess. I want you to guess.
Well,
We've had
does
him
like us
on. We've had him on.
Try.
I want to say twice before.
no.
Once. I've
Once
been here
before.
once.
Okay, once before.
No.
Yeah.
And that was a completely different room. And my hair was shorter.
Hmm.
Same cat though.
Same. Yeah. Where is whatever. Hi, I'll introduce myself, I guess. I am Dovaro. I am a player of the game of Warframe, and I also support these lovely blokes. So, yeah.
Loz
that's
is gonna turn around and he's gonna say like, "Wait, have we had Devaro on before?" I'm like, "Yes, Loz."
Xeno,
Yeah.
have we had Tavaro on before?
Yes, Loz.
You sure?
Yes, very sure, Loz.
You're lying to me again.
I'm not lying to you, Loz. What do you mean again?
When are you not lying to me?
Okay. When we're not playing Among Us.
We need to play more Among Us. Maybe
We
we're
do.
playing Among Us right now, and that's why. Maybe Devaro is the imposter.
Okay.
We already
let's-
did this
let's-
on Arbiters.
Let's.
There's the cat.
Wait, maybe this isn't 10 o'clock. Maybe
Oh my
10
God.
o'clock is actually Arbiters.
Let's move on. So,
Moving on.
first thing we do every week, Loz has lost the right to actually introduce this, is the emblems. So, Devaro, in the Discord, shut up you.
we had an emblem
Shut up
bomb.
you. Shut up you. So, Devaro, in the Discord group, you'll see the two emblems from myself and Loz, and using whatever criteria you want. And you're very familiar with this, what with being on the show before, which is the winning
Yes.
emblem.
When were you on the show?
Oh my fucking
from-
god, Loz.
From the criteria I want to use, I am using the criteria of which would likely feature in my books, some kind of symbol or character relating to my characters. I'm very biased like that. Right now, I'm leaning towards that pink phoenix. That looks really cool.
It's got some Chinese writing on there as well, actually. I've only just spotted that.
Yeah.
Chinese or Japanese.
Or yes, could be, yes, of course, yeah. Like it's I can't actually
One or the
see
other.
what the symbols are. There's symbols, yeah, you can't even see half of them because it's on a white background. What a silly thing to do for your fashion frame. Well, hey, I win.
Congratulations, Loz.
Only because you just found a random pink squiggle.
It's not a random pink squiggle. That has
Pink squiggle
that-
of victory.
that has good symmetry right there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's asymmetrical, but moving on.
I like this new person who we've never had on 10 o'clock before. They have good taste.
Right, but if you wish to win 75 platinum for your platform of choice, please click in the link in the description below to the episode polls and the free platinum giveaway, and you could have a chance of winning 75 platinum for your platform of choice. You just need to fill in the form, and it includes your in-game name and your platform. And then, when the win is picked, the details are sent on to DE, and so on and so forth. Cool. You just got to make sure you spell your name correctly. What's the next thing, Loz? Dojo Dusting?
Loz is going to put down the time in the thing, and he did.
Dojo Dusting. So,
okay.
1 point for Dojo Dusting. My audio is going to be a little bit jank for a little bit now. I mean, I recorded the first Arbiters using my headset, and Loz turned around. So after I recorded it, Loz and other people turned around and said, "Oh my God, Drew, your audio sounds absolutely awful. Oh, it's just gross and disgusting." And there was nothing I could do about it. And then it just turned out.
that is a lie. That is a lie. I remember what I said. I said it was amazing to the point that I wanted to get you to record audio lines so that I could recreate a 90s DOS game, and it would be the perfect sound effects. I think that's high praise.
Whatever. However, Joey just turned to me and told me to turn down my gain, and then, oh look, it doesn't sound nearly as bad. But
I don't remember how to turn it back. I want my 90s adventure game.
Yeah, it's called Turn Up or 100%. Anyway, moving on.
Great
name. I don't know if there's anything else to announce Dojo Dusting wise. We're still planning on being here all year. We're not planning on skipping any episodes in particular.
No, we'll be assessing things right to the end, and it's just because we missed the dev stream, and Devar here is very nicely educating us. There's an event which should be cool with the Necromech stuff, which might be cool. So we'll see. We'll talk about that at Christmas at the very least.
Wait, we're having a Christmas event.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, I misunderstood. Oh, wait, does that mean I have to get a Necromech?
Yeah, exactly. We have to kick. I think this is great because it's going to kick a boot up my ass. I haven't sorted out my Necromech yet.
Oh crap! I'm going to have to get a Necromech. Yeah. Oh man, that means I have to do it this weekend, because next weekend is going to be Cyberpunk 2077, and that's where all the weekends are going to go.
But wait, you can just buy it with platinum.
Can you?
Yeah.
Loz, don't lie to us.
But somebody told me this. No, they told me you can buy Necromechs on. You have to get the rep done, but the stuff, bits and pieces, you can just buy from the market. With platinum. You know, you have to spend platinum. But I didn't dream that.
It feels like he dreamt it. Moving on. Right. So
okay, I think
so that's it for Dojo Dusting. We're now going to move.
I'm going to attempt to do this in VR. Okay.
What?
It's searching the Warframe market. What are we going for topics?
Yeah, we're going on for the topics now.
For topics.
So we got one topic this week, which is operators really need a few major quality of life changes to feel better to use. Right?
Yes.
Operator loadouts. Okay, operator loadouts. It's really a chore to have to manually switch amp arcane, and operator arcanes every time I want to do an Eidolon hunt. What are you taking otherwise? I mean, I'm not operator tech savvy, so like I'd be interested to know that. But why aren't you taking your Eidolon stuff all the time? Anyway, moving on. It's currently a host check to see how long it takes to. Oh wait, client-based operators. Client-based operators? It's currently a host check to see how long it takes to get into operator from Warframe. If it takes more than 5 seconds, it's time to leave. I'm confused by that. Did I read it correctly? Client-based operators. It's currently a host check to see how long it takes to get into operator from Warframe. Is this a lag thing? I'm going to check I'll check the topic.
We're on the operators one, yeah? Operators
Operators
loadouts. Really short, have a manual switch.
Hold on. It's a bigger thing. So we paraphrase it. So client-based operators, currently at a mission start, I always hop into an operator just so I can check how bad my connection is to the host. If it takes 5 seconds or more, I just abort the mission. I see no objective reason why operators are still host-based. We already have this for Railjack doors. This becomes even worse when you want to do stuff like Magus Elevate, where you actually want to spam in and out of operators. Right. Okay. I understand now. So basically, this is something that is confirmed on the host side before it actually happens. Yeah. So then, yeah, right. Okay. Keep the direction I'm facing when switching between operators and warframes. I'm 100% on board with that. Fix the reset bug when we dash into zones where warframes never reset, like the big platforms on Jupiter, big gaps. I did read that verbatim. So let's just have a quick look at the topic. That's literally what it says. Fix the reset bug when we dash into zones where warframes never reset, like the big platforms on Jupiter, big gaps. Literally I don't understand what the hell that means. Moving on. Fix the bug where you get sent hundreds of meters back if you dash out of bounds. It's even worse on the Corpus maps with two grates at the end of a big zone with the extraction zone on the landing pad, because if you miss it, sometimes you get sent to the mission start and squad has to wait. Fuck's sake, has to just wait for the extraction timer, right? I can kind of understand this one. It's the problem is that it sends you back to where your feet were last known on the floor. And if you do like a really far, like multi-dash thing in the air, then it might not necessarily know where you were, and it could easily send you back to the beginning of the mission. Right. So my first question to the pair of you, were these the quality of life changes that you were expecting when I read out the title?
No.
A surprise to be sure, but still a welcome one, I guess. Because, there are problems, because my PC, bless its heart, it's a potato, and and my connections with hosts of games do make the time of an operator getting out of the warframe just a little bit long. And also I can kind of see where it may happen, where you jump down in the gigantic chasms of the gas city on Jupiter, and you're just stuck in a never-ending loop of trying to get back in your warframe, but you're in your operator, but you're falling down, and that could happen. And also just general placement is like the issue, I guess. What do you think, Loz?
I don't like the fact that they said if it takes... No, it's 5... It's hard to say. The 5 seconds thing is the thing I'm stuck on. They say, like, oh, if it takes more than 5 seconds, it's time to leave. Now, if its lag is so bad that it takes 5 seconds to... That means it would take 5 seconds to do anything, like jump 5 seconds. Like, I can't believe that there is a unique lag.
Side. That's client side. So the point is, so 5 seconds to open a door, yes, right? You'll see that same problem. Players and enemies rubber banding around, or a silly amount of time you jump through the what's the ESO portal thing, but then you're waiting there and then you teleport across. Those are things that you would see that are host based lag spikes. The point that they're making here is that why is it still a host-based form of communication to swap into your operator?
Which you're saying that you'd see the same 5-second thing if you were the host.
No, my point is that you wouldn't see the same 5-second thing if you're shooting enemies, if you're killing dudes. You would see it when opening doors, right? But you wouldn't necessarily see it during the rest of regular play.
No, I get you. But still, if the rest of the play is so bad that opening doors takes 5 seconds, I'm going to leave anyway. Probably. And also, when I found that mostly when they say 5 seconds, what they actually mean is, let's say, 1 second or 2 seconds, and they just push that up to 5 seconds because they go, yeah, it's 5 seconds. Like, slight lag, but not that much, you know.
It feels like 5 seconds sometimes. I'll be honest.
In the great words of Data, it feels like an eternity.
As for the rest, I mean, they're bugs, so they just need to be fixed. I mean, they're
Well,
right.
no, I mean,
and your question, sorry, was, do this really feel the quality of changes I feel that needed for operators? I'm like, no, there's so many more important things than these tiny bugs and a lag check.
The entire focus system,
Yeah, well, I would start with just even the focus daily cap. Is where I would start. That could be gone tomorrow if I wanted. Like yeah. And then more people can get access to the focus system, and then they can say, yeah, as you're saying, address the whole focus system as a thing. But that daily cap.
So
I hate that daily cap. So much.
I do agree with the
much.
How much? Yep, that's right. Loz is having a seizure.
How much?
So
he hates it so much he's turned into a Hoover.
Anyway, so I do agree with the sentiment of operator loadouts, but I am genuinely interested because I'm not someone that plays much with my operator. What are these different loadouts? If it's not anti-Eidolon, what is it?
You support Eidolon, damage Eidolon, something else Eidolon.
Or just whatever they're using to against other enemies, if they ever use operator amps against other enemies. But I wouldn't know. I still have the moat amp.
Hero. Right, so
You're gonna read
it has a
the
name.
response I expected.
It has a name. It's a real thing. It has its own name.
Are you going to rename the moat amp to the hero amp?
No, because then I won't know what it is. It needs to remain the moat amp. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm on board with some of this stuff, but like the client-based, but yeah, it's. I would have thought, why don't we have more weapons? Why don't we have more abilities, more independent combat as an operator separated from your warframe? It's the right now we have the rock paper scissors scenario with I want to go with damage 2.0. We have the rock paper scissors lizard Spock scenario. It's already complicated enough as it is, but then when we add the operators, it's adding in like an additional 7 things, and like it doesn't feel like it meshes at all. Realistically, I would like to see enemies that only operators can deal with, right? Be it sentient based enemies that are more commonplace, or be it special new technology that it's better for the operator to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you guys could have any one thing added to an operator, what would it be?
That's too vague. Do you mean added to the operator's tool set, or added for the operator to do, or added to the whole idea and concept of operators?
I'm giving you the complete freedom to interpret this how you want, because now...
I say. Okay, Dobiah, you go.
Okay, if I wanted to add something to operators, just like as a whole,
Yeah.
or operators as a system or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, defer to Loz so you can have time to think
Oh,
about
fine.
it.
Do you want me to go first?
I have been thinking about something. It's
Yeah.
like I actually had the thought earlier today. Okay, what if we're doing a topic on operators? What would I have to say about them? It's just the movement system of them. I feel like
Yeah.
it could be better because all we have is this slow run, slightly faster run, slide, and then of course the zooming through the air through a void walk. But while we do have that, it doesn't. Can we at least roll?
See,
At least?
I think I know what happened with that. Is I would bet good money when they were doing the War Within, they were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if when the player is stuck as their operator, they can actually feel how we've taken away their movement abilities and they feel really hampered down because they're in a normal body for once. Wouldn't that feel so amazing? The juxtaposition between their normal Warframe movement and this tiny child that can barely walk 10 meters would be amazing. They'll be like, whoa, Warframes are just so cool. And then they just stuck with that idea, and then they did that for Within, and then never came back to that plot point, and then never addressed it. So they've just left it in, like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, we gotta go make Necromex now.
Yeah.
Necromex. So that was. I bet you that is the original reason why you get into your operation. It feels like it's missing movement abilities. It really does. It feels like you right. Here's a lead weight. Carry this around. It's like you don't get anywhere very fast. And I bet you that was part of the original concept of it. And because I do remember that we were going to have what we were going to have. Our operators were going to get older. We were going to have melee for our operators. That never. We were going to become like a warrior operator thing. That never materialized. And then they've just abandoned it. And I think that's part of the problem is that it's never been what we were supposed to become. Yeah, it's still in this would be really cool for when you first get into this. And they're like, yeah, but more? Like, so I bet you that's what happened.
Talking about the movement system, like I personally would much rather have a roll into a roll into a crouch or even a prone, right? That rather than that slide, right?
A slide.
Yeah. And even if we never get the ability to, if since we don't have the ability to bullet jump as an operator, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel natural and intuitive as the Warframe movement system is. Like
to me,
we know how awesome Warframes are because they can bullet jump and operators can't. If we just left it at that, have them just be marginally slower, then that's all right. I would love that. The slide just feels like some weird shimmy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like to me, I feel that they really missed a beat with potential environment exploration or environment traversal by anything that a Warframe can get. Anything a operator can get to, a Warframe has to get to. But I've never liked the fact that the operator pulls the Warframe to them, right? Because like in the War Within, when you finally wake up from your dreamception of Teshin teaching you how to use your leg muscles to stand for yourself, you do not bring your Warframe back from the Kuva Fortress to you go to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this makes it feel so, and I can totally understand that the reason why they would do it is a quality of life thing, so that if you left your Warframe behind, then you're not traveling further back. You are still in the same place. So I totally get that. But let's abuse that and say, oh, there's a huge vault door. The only way to get through it is to have your operator prone through this tiny little grate, right? And then bring your warframe through it. You know, but nothing like that exists. And I know the answer will be, oh, well, you know, you can't do that if not every player has an operator. Well, then don't spawn the door if there's a single player in the entire squad that doesn't have an operator. It's surely it's that simple.
I would have much preferred if you went back to the Warframe, because it would add puzzle opportunities. Like, they literally could add operator-only areas into maps. Then you say that, like, they become optional. We've always wanted optional things in maps. You could have, like, operator, as you say, like little pipes and Grineer missions. It could be vary per mission. To be like, cool. The Grineer would have little pipes, and the operator can shimmy through them, and then be like, oh, cool. As your operator only traverse this thing, and your Warframe stuck back over there. And then you might actually want the you remember what was it called? Echoes of Umbra. Do you remember they were going to give us that a thing?
Yeah.
Because that way your Warframe will actually do something, and they can let your Warframe will get blown up if you just leave it. You know, that would have been interesting. No, we can't have that. We'll just do this for ease of movement. Move the Warframe to where the player is. Very sad. Very sad.
Yeah. So I'm 100% on board for environmental exploration. I'm pretty sure I remember when they introduced the operator. So no, was it the first TennoCon? They were talking about the operators, and they were talking about. I remember the reference of the Fremen from Dune.
Yeah, did they mention the Fremen from Dune?
I swear they mentioned the Fremen, because like you were going to use like these hand cannons and things like that were to utilize, which were the amps eventually, but there were also talks about blades and things like that, which we never got. And it just feels
we're getting horses.
Huh?
We're getting horses.
Eventually.
Okay, so I feel that you guys brought up a brilliant point with the focus system. Yes, I think they should remove the cap as it stands for the focus system. However, I do think they should limit the amount of focus you can collect up per focus school, right? To prevent you from getting truck tons of focus and being sat there with nothing to spend it on, because you know that they're not going to want to take it away from players. There should have been a cap there to prevent
I think there is a cap. I think somebody said there is.
There is?
The cap is something like enough to buy the entire focus tree or something.
But if you've bought the whole focus tree, are you still
back up that amount again?
Yeah, I'm saying that you shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that, Tobiah?
I haven't unlocked all of the focus tree. Gotten all of Vazarin, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
No, Xeneric. No, Xeneric.
Okay.
I've done like 95% of Inaru, and that's it. So yeah.
Yeah, and I started out with Madurai. I haven't unlocked all of it yet because I haven't put in the time to farm the focus.
But do you think that, say theoretically, you complete the whole of the focus system, should you still be able to collect more focus points afterwards, so that if they introduce anything afterwards to the focus system, you could just get it like that? But any new player who hasn't invested, or any player that hasn't invested as much time in the focus system, they would still have to farm up to that point.
Yes, I think keeping your focus points even after you've filled out the system would be good. I'm sorry.
I disagree on that point, because if they added anything, let's say they did add 5 new focus trees, and all the focus points you've got so far, you could go use those on the trees. They'd have to make the points insanely huge, because otherwise the players now who have a crazy amount of focus points saved up will just max out those new trees on day one and go where content route, and all those players that haven't are gonna be like, oh, I haven't even finished farming this tree, and now you're going to put in another tree which is going to be probably rated the amounts to unlock based on these crazy people with their piles and piles of it. What they'd have to do, seeing as the focus system is sat idle for so long, they're just going to have to say we're wiping any excess focus. That's it. Just do it. Just, it's like, well, it's not been used for anything. You haven't lost anything. You're just not going to be able to make big gains from the counter that ticked up. It's like, what do you do? You've already unlocked everything. You've been using it. You're just not going to gain any benefit from the fact that you've been able to stock up loads of this stuff, which had no use then. So we're going to wipe it to move on. But to be honest, I honestly don't think they'll add anything to focus. I think they've abandoned it. They're going to move on to the Deviri paradox, which clearly has some sort of weird way that it's going to be integrated or do something to do with the operators, but not really make use of it because you're going to have it in a different time point or whatever. So it's probably not going to be directly affected by it. Because that's the thing that gets me, is that if they wanted to make the Deviri paradox or whatever comes next be used or based off of the focus system, well, then a new player coming into it will go like, oh, I'd love to do that new content I saw in that cool trailer. Right, now you must max all these focus trees and you've got a daily cap and it'll take you, I don't know, 60 days to cap all of it. If you play every day and max out your cap. I don't know how many days. Somebody I'm sure will tell me how many days it takes from nothing to max out all the focus trees if you maxed out every day. But it's probably some stupid number of days.
But if that's the case, then just reduce the cost for the focus. So say we have expansion 1 of the focus system, right? So Deviri additions to the focus system, and you're like, oh well, we need to get the players to that section of the focus system faster, right? Just do what World of Warcraft does. Squish the amount of focus that you need to actually unlock the original set, and then so you're able to get to the Deviri. And if people kick off, well, I'm sorry, fuck off, right?
Yeah, or just get rid of the cap for one. There we go. That would be a good start.
Well, I mean, regardless of the daily cap, if you like, for example,
I know what you mean. You mean reducing the total amount of focus it requires to complete all the traits, so that you would take less time to do.
Before the expansion. That's my point. Yeah, and but I mean,
you still have a problem with the excess points though if you're going to use these points again in the additional system.
No, you wouldn't get them refunded.
No. Refund. The refund's not the issue. It's the people sitting with the excess cap that's the issue.
Oh no, that I think, I'm in agreement with you, Loz. I think there shouldn't be.
You convert it into credits or something. Just say at least you got something, but
or prime pedestals. There you go. Yeah, everyone needs more prime. Should we go to the replies
of what to add to operators?
Yes, do it.
Which I have suggested in the past was to have. It's basically similar, the same ilk to what you're saying. I've said this in the past. Like you remember the game Soul Reaver, Xeno, don't you? You know the game Soul Reaver. You'd have the world, and then your character can move into the spirit world or whatever. Yeah. And I think that the operator, like Limbo, can sort of go into the void, or whatever. Take that concept and expand it for operators, where there's enemies in the void which can only be seen and killed in the void that have effects in the real world, but not the mob itself. So the operator has to go into there to kill it, to have an effect in the real world.
Yeah.
So like there'll be an enemy that is only in the void world or whatever, which is causing an aura, which is buffing all the enemies in the real world where warframes are fighting. And then someone has to go, oh, quick, go on my operator, go into that world, kill it, so they remove the effect that's on all the mobs in the real world. And then you can expand it to opening up like gameplay areas as well, that you've got to do things in that to unlock that, you know.
Well, I wonder, would it be more interesting that you get special rewards from killing those enemies in the void plane, right? But it buffs the regular enemies that are in the environment.
You can have it do everything like that. You have different variety, like because it's got a separate. That's the problem, is that I've said in the past about the damage system and everything, that everything's competing against everything. But this would be literally the thing, that the niche that the operator system's been needing is in somewhere where it can go. And it doesn't have to compete with, oh, well, a Warframe can do this and kill this and do this. and the only thing you're used for is shooting bits off Eidolon's armor. But whereas here, you like the amp, the tree you're using, it would all be thing, and then you can make it reward for some bits and punish you for others. You can add all lots of bits, but it would give it the paddling pool that it needs to play in, because at the moment it's sitting there looking at the giant pool as the pool's already filled with 30 plus warframes wielding several hundred weapons, and it's like, where's the I can't fit in this pool. Analogy.
Hmm.
I think Loz wants to go swimming, but what do you think of? What do you think of Loz's suggestion, Tobiah?
Yeah, I heard it in the past, and I really liked it. I really like the idea. Just like the idea that we could be rift walkers like Limbo, and but even go further into the void. Like maybe Limbo could have an addition to his passive ability to see things in the void, like just shadows.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Shadows. But we can't interact with them, and they don't interact with us until we get our operator abilities unlocked, and then we can see them and then fight them and kill them. It will be badass.
That would be really cool, because it would give Limbo the passive of being able to stay as the Warframe and be affecting mobs in the real world, but be able to glance at do the operators need to go do something? I can see there's 3 of those over there, I think. I can see ghosts of them. It's like, oh yeah, there's some of those in there, some of those, or that's going on. And that way it would give it a very unique passive that'd be only Warframe that could see that without having to go into operator mode. So it could still keep, could drag an enemy into the void, fight in the void, and go, oh yes, just let you know, guys, we're gonna need somebody to go deal with those in a minute. That would be cool. That would be cool.
So one thing I like the idea in terms of expansion sort of thing. So, maybe you could get a mod or something that, Limbo naturally has this.
Yeah, well, that'd be a good idea.
A mod that allows
an Excellence mod. Ooh, we do something with the Excellence mod.
Sure, an Excellence mod. One thing I'd like is maybe an ability for the operator to push the creature into the real plane, or the mortal plane, or whatever. In doing so, Warframes can then attack it, right?
Then I'm sorry, just a point. I want to crush that already, because then what will happen is that will just be the mandatory. Everyone will just go, right, bring them all here, please. And then the operators are literally now just a shovel to shovel enemies from that void into the normal zone, so people can kill them with their stupid Volt Super Zephyr crit build 9000 with several mastery buff and Kuva weapons that combine with Necromex and Volt Shield to make a bajillion damage. So you've just destroyed the concept already. You have to keep it separate and let it have its own niche.
Yeah, we want to make the operators somewhat independent and not as Loz so eloquently put it, a shovel.
Yeah, because if they have to do the fighting, then people then have to think what amp do I really want to fight this enemy with? Or going up, I might see some things. I might want this amp. Okay, I'm going to do this today on this enemy with the special thing in the void. I might want to bring this tree with me, and then we can give other gear to operators as well that could do other things, like one that gives you armor but slows you down, maybe one that gives you more movement, maybe one that gives you double jump, but it might make you weaker. It would be just for them.
So could we also put a barrier in place? To prevent certain, so imagine there's a specific mob in this one room, and you're able to get inside, but as soon as you're inside, you cannot get out. It's all so the doors effectively lock or something like that. Because I can just see it where it's going to end up like a Parvus Granum Void, or a Granum Void, where as soon as you've got the stuff you need, you don't interact with it again, right?
What?
Oh,
what do you mean?
So with the Granum Void, as soon as you've got Protea, as soon as you've got you.
No. This isn't like a silly this. I know what you mean by Granum Void. Like you go in there when you want. No. This is every map or certain maps where every room could have these mobs in.
I do get that. I do get. What do you mean? You have to engage them?
Well,
can you just not jump past them? Like the regular mobs?
if you stay in the Warframe world, you'll not see them. But let's say the next door won't open until somebody goes in and kills them.
That's literally what I'm talking about.
Oh, is that what you wanted? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I thought you. Sorry, I was thought my mind had you saying that the other way around. Sorry, that like
Yeah.
they sort of like when you went through a door in the real world and
Yeah.
it kept them back. My mind was geared the other way around. That I get what you mean. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd like that actually because remember there was originally. I know we got the friendship door, but there was actually that kind of system in the game where the door would lock and you had to kill a Grineer commander mob within the room to drop a key to open up the next door. But they got rid of it.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, the only I remember is it's in the. Oh, what's his name? Total Biscuit. Total Biscuit.
Right.
No, it's in the Total Biscuit footage, the original footage of his video of it. I remember seeing it and going, "God, what's that?" You know. So yeah.
Well,
I mean,
one thing you could do is just say like, okay, so you have let's make it harder, right? You have a barrier, right, that prevents you from progressing further into the environment, and
an artificial barrier of blockage.
Yes. I don't think either Devaro or I got that reference.
It's fine.
Cool. If anyone got that reference, please, enable LOZ because I have no fucking idea. But the whole point is there's a barrier that prevents you from progressing further forward. But the mob that is used to unlock the barrier, right?
Yeah.
It could be anywhere behind you.
Oh yeah.
And it drops something.
Okay, you finish now. Just
it drops something that you have to take there as an operator to break the barrier in both the void plane and the real plane.
Yeah. I will add though that let's add something just for a safety net, like with the sanctuary targets that does hint at the direction you have to go. So the player doesn't get completely lost.
Sure.
You give like a traily wisp of energy, very light and
sure.
soft direction you need to go.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just makes a very loud noise. But anyway, yes.
Cool.
Should we move on to
the thing is, I really think this actually sounds really cool for the game, and we'll never get it.
No, I'd love to see this. But anyway, to be fair, okay, so Devaro has gotten my hopes up now that there's an event coming in the next couple of weeks for Warframe, and if it does not have a clan statue, I'm gonna be mighty upset. I care about those.
Devaro. I know, but that's not Devaro's fault. And that when D say an operation or event or something, they have it weird mind. They don't seem to remember that you want statues more than life itself.
Yeah, I want my statues more than life itself. I'm sorry,
even
Devaro.
if it's just a statue. Even if it's just a statue of a necromech.
Yeah, even if it's. I don't care.
He doesn't care. Yeah.
I don't care.
Just a statue.
Yeah. I want to fill out my trophy room.
Yeah.
Right? We have.
This game is not Warframe. This is Trophy Collector.
Yep. We have every single statue since Plague Star. Right? All of them, right? No, Eyes of Light. Sorry, my bad. Eyes of Light. Sorry, I got them mixed up. Yeah, we have every single one of them since Eyes of Light, and I just need more. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
It's normally the scale of them. I don't get why they don't realize that rerunning or even just doing small scale events. They don't have to have a whole major story with it, but just take one of the game modes that's already done, just redo it again, and everyone would love it. Events used to be cool. They used to really feel like anything could happen at the weekend for Warframe. And now they're like once every 3 years we get one. And it ends up like Scarlet Spear. Because they try too hard. Small, simple, fresh, more.
I completely forgot Scarlet Spear existed.
As do we all. In fact, they did say that was supposed to come back again. So I don't know when it will. Maybe next year.
When?
Well,
when the new war comes out.
Oh
Exactly.
my god! Like, in all honesty, I do want to see like more work towards the squad link system, because I do think that having squad link would really take the game a lot further forward. But
Oh, yeah.
Still have the gear item. We don't use it for anything. Give us something, DE, please.
yeah,
Can you deploy it still, or does it have to be
No.
deployed in?
no,
Oh,
We
no.
can't deploy it. We just have it. It's just there. We can't use it.
I wish I could
It's
deploy it
sad.
and just stare at it as it sits there, moaning into the ether, looking for friends,
It's
never
sad.
to be used.
It wants its friends back.
Right. Should we
Okay,
move on to
I'm
the
done
replies?
Yes.
I'm jealous.
Years later, they still feel clunky and rough. The operator's amp stance and running is cartoony and needs fluidity. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does look a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like a placeholder, as if this was going to be only phase 2, in that phase 1 was our operator stuck in a chair. Phase 2 was our operator gaining a little bit of movement, as if our legs were kind of made of jelly, but you could move around a bit. And then phase 3, when your operator matures into a fully fledged combat Tenno. Where's our phase 3? They've never promised, so yeah, but it clearly is like this was supposed to be a placeholder thing, but we never got that.
And phase 4 is where you never skipped leg day. Anyway.
I had an RB disruption game yesterday where everyone's connection was a little iffy. It was doable at first, but ramped up pretty quickly. But the stranger thing was that my operator perma-died. I could see their body just hanging out there, but I could no longer use them. I don't blame the host or anything. It's not like we can choose whether or not we want to host beforehand.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
That's a new one.
I think it might have happened to me once. I don't remember. Or sometimes like, especially in the Ropa-Dopa-Dopalit mission, or sometimes other ones, due to host connection, blah, 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 and using my operator, sometimes my Warframe just stops using its abilities for whatever reason, and I can't figure out why. But I have never heard of a perma-dead operator. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I'd love to see all companions persisting in operator mode. It would improve quality life a lot to keep vacuum and radar, and it would just be fun to have the kid fighting alongside the doggo. I says dog, but doggo is clearly the better one. Doggo.
Yes, please.
Oh, I understand what the fuck it means now. Right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't
Let the dog follow us.
I didn't know that the dog went away.
But it doesn't
No, it
follow
just
you
stays
around,
by
does
the
it? I
Warframe.
don't think it doesn't. It doesn't.
Also, I think, Devaro,
Yeah.
your webcam's frozen.
Uh-oh.
You have become a
Oh.
beautiful statue.
No. No. I can already tell that my expression is not going to look good.
Maybe.
What's this
Oh, no.
red bar, Xeno?
What, at the bottom of the thing? That's just
yeah.
the text. That's just the text.
Oh.
Uh,
I thought it was some cool bitrate monitor or something.
No.
Well, hang on. Do I turn off camera? I should have. Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Hello?
Yeah, we
Will
go.
this be edited out?
No.
Nah.
Uh-oh.
Though you froze it again.
Oh, no. Now all of you are frozen.
Wait, hold
Everything's
on.
frozen.
Hold on. Pause.
Okay, you're.
The last thing is, I'd on his camera. I'd remove the extra energy cost from every focus tree upgrade. With how much of an investment everything is, and how woefully inferior to just using a Warframe operator mode is, the least that can be done is to remove the energy tax. Be done with the phrase, "This ability drains an additional X energy per second."
What? What?
Okay.
Is this the negative elements of the talent trees?
I think that's what it means about the upgrade, when you upgrade them and they just cost more and more energy.
Oh, QQ the fuck off.
But that is the kind of thing that, in reality, which I swear years ago I used to say about this, like we should be seeing like minor changes to the focus tree all the time. Like we upped this energy cost of this tier by 2, and we brought it down. We thought it was too much on the end, but then it ramped up too slowly, so we're changing it so it's more spread across the levels. Or the ability to downgrade the levels, or we've increased the range of this, or we've reduced we've added a cooldown to this. Like minor changes to the focus tree should be happening on a weekly basis, just like it'll happen to warframes and weapons. Never happens for the focus tree. They do an all or nothing kind of thing. Like, oh, we've overhauled the whole thing. It's like, no, but we didn't want that. We just wanted little changes here. We've overhauled the whole thing. It now runs on pine cones. We didn't ask for this.
Lol. Right. Should we move on to graphs?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Let me bring them up in front of myself as well. So turn off the topics, and then going. Are you taking the time, Loz?
Yep.
Good man. Right. So, first graph of last week. Right. After 3 months of release, how do you feel about Deimos? Right. So no, no surprise news. Loz and I feel a bit disconnected from Deimos.
Really
so
do.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, how do you feel?
I have not completed it. I have not done everything. I have done a few things. I'm feeling fairly neutral with it. I was feeling positive in the beginning, but now I'm just like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Could use more.
Yeah. So no one voted saying no opinion. 7% said negative, 39% said positive, and 54% said neutral. I'm
with this as well, because I don't like it, but I wouldn't say it's negative. It's like it's good content, but it's just the same. It's just like grey.
Yeah.
Grey.
This, to be honest, I do think I feel into the negative, but I'm surprised at how high that positive number is. I would have thought that would have been lower.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, people have this year has been a little rough.
True.
So,
yeah.
True.
Just to have something they feel good about having that.
Right. Moving on to the second graph. Right. Would cooldowns and ultimates ruin them? Yeah. So the topic last week was about using Overwatch cooldowns for normal abilities, and then the whole kill counter to fill up your your ultimate. But I just put a simple question on: would cooldowns on ultimates ruin them? 36% of people said no. 64% of people said yes. All right, Devaro, how do you feel about cooldowns on ultimates?
Well, with certain ultimates, with certain builds, sometimes just not having enough energy and like having to go collect it right after you use your ultimate, and depending if your ultimate like uses energy in passiveness, just adding cooldowns across the board.
Well, okay, so who's your favorite Warframe?
Oh gosh, I've been playing a lot of Protea, and she's fun to me.
Right. What the fuck is Proteus 4? Is Proteus 4 the turret?
No, it's the time warp.
Protea has a time warp? Oh, yeah. The tracer time warp thing. Right. I'm sorry, I have barely played Protea, okay?
That's fair. No, if you asked me what Zaku's fourth is, I'd be like, the one with the guns?
It's skeleton.
Skinny.
Skeleton.
Skinny time. That's Zaku's fourth ability.
Right. But my point is, imagine only being able to do what's it called? The tracer recall on Protea once every 5 minutes.
That's a bit unfair because it'd be motivated by killing enemies. That if you kill loads of enemies, you get access to it quicker. It was just like
no. The question is specifically cooldown based.
I know, but the question is wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, I'll admit her fourth ability is not that useful. It has some utility, I'll admit, but just in general, it's not my go-to ability because Sentry Gun go brut, 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 that's my favorite ability on Protea.
I'd say they go more prat, but still.
Moving on. Right. So moving on to go on.
Yeah. The cooldowns? Nah, just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Yeah, it's bad. Right. The third graph. Right. So ability cooldown versus commander enemies. So 11% said that they didn't care, 0% asked for ability cooldown, and 89% said that they'd rather have commander enemies. Yes.
As I have Discord up in the chat, I don't even see the tail end of the commander enemies. It just skyrockets past. So yeah. Commander enemies, love them. We don't have them. We need them.
So the whole point of these enemies were like, I wouldn't say they're mini bosses or anything not like the Stalker or anything. They were just the occasional enemy that would appear that would massively buff and change up the enemies around them. So instead of taking Grakatas, the Grineer suddenly start taking oh god, what's the name of the cannon? The literal cannon?
The Tsar?
Yes, they start taking Tsars and shit like this.
Oh my.
So it's like that's the sort of difference that the enemy can is. But to me, it's interesting how people say that the cooldowns wouldn't necessarily ruin ultimates. However, they'd much rather have commander enemies.
Yeah, I mean that concept sounds just interesting to me. Like having your standard grunt Grineer soldiers, just doping around with their Grakatas. Then suddenly the commander comes in and is like, "Hey, listen up, buggos. You're gonna get some new weapons. Have a cannon." And they're like, "Shiny."
Loz. Grineer love cannons.
See, this just reminds me of there was one audio line in one of the Command and Conquer Generals game, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or the let's go with terrorist faction, where when you port it, the game proclaims AK-47s for everyone.
Right. So
Shards for everyone.
Our fourth card. What suggestions do you agree with? 7% said tokens. So these were a bunch of things that we wanted to see done differently for Deimos. So tokens would only make an appearance at max level. That got 7%. 11% voted for this was a multiple choice thing actually. So 11% said that they wanted to see a reduced number of the tokens needed, right? No, I think it was a variation in tokens because there was just way too many tokens. 14% said that they didn't like any of the suggestions, and 32% said that they wanted bounties from other family members. Yeah. So that was certainly interesting. Right, now, before I bring up the fifth one, and I hope you guys haven't brought it up already. Have you? Huh? Loz? Loz?
Yeah.
Loz?
Loz?
I think he may have had a stroke.
Yeah.
So Loz has already looked at it. So Devara, have you looked at the next one already?
No.
Right. Okay. So we asked, how you would rank the open world experiences, like from first to third, right? So my question to you is, how would you rank the open world experiences? What would you say is first, second, and third?
Okay. For me, personally.
Yeah.
First rank was Plains of Eidolon. It's the first one. It's
Sure.
unique. And, I still have much to explore in it because I am not max rank with all the syndicates yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second place, I would place Fortuna, except there's so much of it. I haven't gotten to all of it. And so Deimos goes there simply because of the unique aesthetic of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't like the cold.
Right. Right. Okay.
That's
cool.
that's my bizarre rating system. So
right,
first Po, second
Deimos.
third could okay, yeah.
No, wait. What? Second was Deimos. Third was Fortuna. Yeah.
Yes. Switch it.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So Loz, did you actually see the results first?
Yeah, but I would, even so, I would go Fortuna number 1,
Yeah.
Plains number 2, Deimos number 3.
Right. I'm very much the same. However, our community thinks something entirely different. Right?
Sorry.
So, first place by a big margin was Fortuna. Second place by a very small margin was Deimos. And third place, taking the lead by storm, was Plains of Eidolon.
Yeah, more than just looking at on that graph the overall winner. Look at the trend across each one. So Fortuna is just decreases as it goes down. It goes from first to the biggest, second smaller, the third biggest. And Eidolon kind of middles around, then becomes really big in the third slot.
Yeah.
And Deimos peaks in the middle, and then the first and the third are roughly the same. So Deimos is in that middle one. Fortuna is number 1, and Eidolon is number 3. As I'll say, well, I'm still ranting. So yeah, I think Fortuna was the best so far complete thing. Deimos, I don't like as number 2 because Deimos still feels incomplete. I haven't looked at it, but my understanding is it doesn't even have a proper end big boss fight thing. Where's the big boss monster? It's got to have your big boss monsters.
We don't have the big boss monster.
Exactly. Why am I not fighting? When I first saw them, I thought, cool, I'm going to fight that giant infested snake monster in the sky. It's going to be amazing. It comes up, whoa, what's that? And it killed the other one. Whoa, it killed one of its own things. It's going to be such a cool fight. Oh, it's just there in the background. It's like might as well hold up cardboard suns and moons, because that's all it basically is. I mean, so it's missing that. So to me, it still feels incomplete, basically looking at it from that, let alone my problems with the plot being more annoying. And Eidolon, I give it a bit of a pass because it was the first one, and because of people like Xeno whinging, they never got to complete it, and they just moved on to Fortuna.
Meh. Yeah, so
that's a good example of exactly what Xeno did. Xeno did that caused DE to just abandon the planes. It was that
but
they were like, "Oh, guys, we're gonna spend the next 6 months adding stuff to the planes." And then the next Xeno called up all of DE and was like, "No, like, whoa!"
Yeah, but they did spend 6 months just adding stuff to the planes.
Another 6 months. They're like, "We've got this
for
idea,
a whole year."
Going to be no,
they released it in October, right? Yeah. And then the next thing that wasn't planes related was April the following year.
Yeah, it was their first attempt at open world. I would have expected them to spend a year fixing everything, but everyone's like, "Oh, we're bored of the plane.
Whatever, right?"
We don't want to do
but the point is,
try and learn. Give it something else.
I'm gonna give him a minute. It's fine. Don't worry. Just going to let Loz, get it through him system. No, but the point is now they can go back to it, and I don't think people would kick off.
Yeah, I hope they do. I really do. I'm not sure if they will though, but I would love to see them go back and use the Plains of Eidolon and Fortuna as as a platform to add additional content and develop them fully. I would love to see that. Like I thought that's what they were kind of doing with Fortuna, like when we got the Profit Taker and the
Exploiter.
yeah, but there was more to it. There was the event. What was it called? Something with what?
Buried Debts.
Yes, and it had a name. Bridge 72 or something.
Deck 12.
Deck 12.
Deck 12.
The whole concept of that, having a name, it being an event, having a boss fight, was like that. I want that packaged again. It doesn't even have to be a great boss fight, but can you imagine if they did that with like another story out on the banner, maybe one that interconnected, one that sent you back to the plains to go get something, and then there was a mini story. I thought that was going to be what these were for, to deliver these content packages, because it's a platform for them to put them on, and that was perfect. I loved the Deck 12 stuff with the with the door and the cipher, and then you go there for the boss fight, ignoring when it bugged out on us. But and the boss fight was cool because it was down and upstairs as well. It had multiple stages. It was cinematic. It was a complete package. Why don't we get more of those packages?
Mm.
Hurrump. Right, that's it. That's rant over. You guys, what your feeling on this 1, 2, 3?
We've already said this, Loz.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, that was the start part.
I don't think we heard from you though, Xeno.
No, I agreed with you. Fortuna, Plains, and then Deimos. Because I just feel Deimos didn't expand anything. It just went, it's a carbon copy of Fortuna.
Now with more red paint.
Well, I was going to say now with more complaining family members and tokens.
Now with more soap opera.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Should we move on to the supporter questions now?
Yeah. Or in my case, move up, move down, swap to a different tab.
Do you want to take the time?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. He's here. But he's here. Somehow, using his powers of time and space, Tobiah has put this point forward of, what's a good way to anticipate the upcoming 2021 season of hopefully the world coming back into tune? To tune?
How would you even predict?
Good way to anticipate the upcoming. Do you mean prepare for, or do you mean what signs are going to be that for the coming apocalypse?
Well, basically, what are we going to do as players of Warframe to not set ourselves up for disappointment, but yet also not overhype what's hopefully to come?
Go play Godfall, or what's some other trash game that came out this year? Warcraft 3 Reforged. Yeah, Marvel Avengers. Yeah, Marvel Avenger. God, there was another one that came out that Skill Up ragged on that had no real structure.
So much. Why don't you marry him?
I don't. No, but to be honest, no, I watched his review of Godfall and I was just like, holy shit. I do think that it's important though to go out and experience other games, and I'm kind of looking forward to, is it Outrider? It's a Square Enix game coming out that's supposed to be a looter shooter, but whether or not it's going to be any good, I don't know. Also, Cyberpunk 2077. That's fucking coming out. I'm going to be oh, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sick. I can't come into work today. Drew, what are you talking about? You're working from home.
Can't hear you. Connection's getting bad. Got eyes going dark. I must leave now.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Play other games. Yeah. I'm hoping either on my PC or on the PS4 that my family has. I want to play Jedi Fallen Order because that looks fun. Personally, I haven't done it yet, so expand my horizon.
Yeah, play other games. Loz?
Good way to anticipate the upcoming 2021 season of Hopefully the World coming back into tune. You could predict when the aliens are going to land.
Oh, they already did. You
You
know
know-
that model.
Oh, the monolith.
There was-
There's three of them
my
now.
God.
Monolith.
There's three
Utah.
of them now.
There's three of them now.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
like
Where are
one
the
in
other
Europe.
2?
One's in Europe, and I can't remember the third
Okay,
one.
I heard that one.
Yeah, I can't remember the
I
third
heard
one
about-
is, but there is a third one.
I heard about the Utah one, but anyway.
There's one in Utah. There's one in Europe. There's one in a museum.
Oh no! I swear
wanna-
I've seen a third one outside. Just yesterday, I saw another one of. They found another outsidey one. So I don't know where it was though. I was like, oh, more of them. Well, until they start interconnecting with some sort of global GPS system to mind wipe all of us, then I don't really mind.
Wait,
No,
was
no,
it?
What if this is just the most mind trickery ARG we have ever seen?
Oh, it is. It clearly is. It's just some cool artsy person who's just gone sneakily around and just shoved them in places where people wouldn't look, and then people discover them and go, "Wait a minute, it's another one of those." It's like, aha, I actually put these here 2 years ago, and you never noticed. Like, there's gonna be
what's it called? Oh God, what was it? Shit, what are those things called? Where they flatten the crops? I can't remember.
crop circles.
Is it crop circles?
Combines.
No, not quite. The crop circles or whatever. The it's just that again. People. Oh yeah, we thought we could do it to attract a crowd. Yeah.
Next, what's something unique you expect out of the new Snake Arm Boy arriving in the next update by the name of Lavos?
Snake arms.
References to He-Man.
Oh, we're doing references. Then I'll say Adventures in Time and Space, referencing to Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a new Warframe, and to be honest, because I'm more worried about where it's going to drop. That's my bigger worry.
The event.
Yeah.
Is he just going to be dumped somewhere on?
Is it going to be a new? Is it going to be a new mission?
Yeah.
Mode like disruption.
I don't know. I don't think they've announced anything like that. I mean, I thought it was going to come with, seeing as the only thing I knew that was supposed to be on the docket to arrive was the Corpus stuff. I thought it was going to be somewhere in the Corpus spaceship stuff. But then that's not coming till next year, but he's coming this year, so I don't know. Right, Mr. Birdframe says, with plenty of content delayed again to next year, will this actually give you time to look up Wraith and give your own take on his concept kit instead of just his concept art?
No.
It's fairly simple.
Too much effort. I didn't even know that we actually had the kit yet. I did, yeah.
No, I think it was announced in the same stream.
Right. Well, we completely missed that stream, so we'll have to catch up on that stream and then put it up. So
We have an idea on what he'll sound like, and there's going to be a theremin in there.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
A what?
Ooh, woo. You know that spooky sound effect? Theremin?
No.
The instrument you play without touching it?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, look it up.
Right. Okay.
now that Loz has managed his Excal VTube persona transformation, is there a chance that he will take it a step further and do small segments of the show as other frames? Beyond that, after COVID is over, will Xeno ever travel to join Loz and attempt an Oberon version?
Well, how's that going, Loz?
Well, we have. I was the delay, so it's fine. He's only got them a week or so ago. We are going to. I've forgotten the word again. What's the word? Hiring with a concept of a
Commission?
quote thing. Commission. There we go. Just so anyone wants to know, all of the Warframes I'm using now in VR chat, this is based off of. You can get this. Anyone can use this. It's our Nickout 13's channel on YouTube. Nickout's room on VR chat, and you can go there and you can use. There's several frames there. If you wanted, I could change the frame, but I kind of like the idea of using one frame. And then we've actually, and I'm going to pay him for it. He's going to do custom skins for us. So I'm going to have my proper Excalibur face, and he will hopefully doing Oberon for Xeno, but I doubt Xeno full setup, but I'll get the model done anyway. But he's hopefully going to do the Luppet one, which just takes a webcam and maybe a motion tracker for the hands if he wants to do that. So we will do that. But and also hopefully when I get that, I'll finally have no more excuse and I'll do other content as well with it. But yeah, I mean, I can swap into a different frame for next time if you want, but it's kind of like it's kind of a frame.
No. You hold on to that. Now, to be fair, though, one thing I'd like to do with the Lapit version is try and do cool stuff for arbiters.
Yeah.
So
yes.
There you go.
I've already got arbiters plans and expansions and shit. Anyway, next.
Zrugel. Oh, but before I read this question from Zrugel, I'm going to ask everyone to make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, and share it if you can. We really appreciate it.
Good job, Loz. Now, what's the question?
Where's the question? Okay. Well, I got to question 2. Xeno, since enthusiasm Warframe has been a little down, have you considered making other forms of content?
Yeah, so I'm totally open to suggestions on this. With regards to expanding arbiters, I'm looking to have a World of Warcraft variation of it. I've been investigating how to do that. And the only problem is that the WoW model viewer is currently broken. I've been talking to Joey about how to do it and things. I want to be able to expand into other games and things like that, but the problem is what games to expand into, because you always like, could I do it with Genshin Impact? I don't know. Is there enough there to do? Right? Same with
No, there's
Destiny.
just infinite numbers of getting the models out and putting them in, I think it's MMD for the dancing thing, and then making the bloody things dance to the same music track over and over again. That's all I seem to do with the Genshin Impact ones. That and make memes. That's all it seems to be. Don't get me wrong, I do like Genshin Impact, but it's just like memes. How do they work?
Tobiah, what content would you like to see me expand into?
Boy, I don't know.
See, it's a hard question. It's really a hard question.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever you can do, and like whatever capture modes exist in other games that you know of, like, if you want to try out something with it, test the waters, see if people are into it or not. Just I don't know. I mean, Cyberpunk have
you
one.
must do
I think it does.
Fortnite content.
Fuck off.
No, don't do that.
No one
Don't
wants
do that. No one wants that.
To be fair, though, I was tempted to, maybe I could go into live streaming, but the problem is I just don't have the internet back at my place.
You might want to think about moving.
Yeah.
Right, and the last question from Ozadax. If you could pick the maximum number of Tenno in the lore of Warframe, how many would be awake and how many would still be asleep? See, this is a tricky question. I'll try and give an answer. Because I hate the fact that basically, from my opinion, in the actual canonical story of Warframe, there is one Tenno awake. That's all you ever see. It doesn't ever change. I remember I questioned this. I think it was after War Within. Got it read out on live stream, and it still has not been fixed. There was Rel, and that was it. That was it. It's the game still feels like there is one Tenno awake. How many would I like to see awake? Well, hundreds, because the point is that what the solar system, the original premise of the solar system is there was many Warframes going around because we didn't know we were Tenno. But the whole point of it is that it doesn't matter even if every Warframe, so 500, 5,000 Warframes, went around doing loads of stuff around every planet continuously, they will not make a dent. We don't actually make a dent in the actual size of the Grineer army because there's just so many of them. It's literally, there is billions of Grineer, and it's like, oh cool, how many even if we killed 200,000 today, it's like whoop-de-doo, we made another 700,000. And but what our goal is that we're making successes in pivotal areas, that we do make small victories here and here, but overall we can never win. That was the premise that sold it to me.
I concur.
I mean, so if I were DE, if I was the entirety of DE, if I could control every aspect of this game, I would have Ordis say a line after the second dream, or something to that effect, where he says, "Oh, operator, all the other Tenno are going to awake too."
Oh yeah, yeah.
and something like that.
I would have been after you leave the on the second dream. It should have been I'm detecting multiple Lisette signals leaving the moon. It looks like other Tenno made it out as well. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, just like that. And the solo Tenno storyline, I think works fine
Hmm.
to a point. There are some parts that that could be better, but I can completely understand, or wait, no, I can't completely understand. What am I trying to say? You and your Tenno are the main character of the story in your game, and all the other Tenno are just other Tenno, and I'm okay with that viewpoint personally. So, it would be hard to involve other active Tenno in the solo storyline without breaking that little fine film over the whole steaming hot mess that is Warframe canon.
You like with that one line, you just make allusions to them, and you don't have to make too much of an effort. But it also opens them up to the concept of doing NPC Tenno, like characters that are just Tenno and Warframes that they're actual
Yeah.
their own stories that can bleed into ours. But I don't like the whole single Tenno storyline because it doesn't make sense. Because if you're the only one awake, it works. If you're not the only one awake, then what's so special about you? Why is it that Stalker went for you? Why is it Lotus came to help you? Why is it the Queens only went for you? Why is it that you were the one who was sent to deal with Umbra? You see, it like why you if there are other Tenno awake, then why you are the if Lotus made a line, it says like I've after it's like with the second dream, the war with she makes the war within war without war within war without war within line, and then says I've set you up. Now, my child, I must go help the others. There we go. So it just needs a line like that, you see, but it doesn't. So what's so special about you? The Queen should have been like, oh, that one's a tricky one. We'll go for a weaker one that's a bit sleepy.
There is no canon acknowledgement that there are other Warframes or Tenno even in the universe, even in the galaxy, because solar system. Jesus Christ, get there eventually. It just makes light of the fact that you're even awake, sort of thing. So I think it would be good if at the end of the sacrifice you have a line from Ordis saying like, I'm now disseminating the blueprint of Umbra to the other Tenno, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do actually really like the idea though that you could do a quest where you are finding other Tenno that are still asleep, right? You just or maybe that could just be one of the mission modes, like you're doing a defense in Lua and you're defending a reservoir, right, with sleeping Tenno in it. I think
I like the idea of NPC Tennos that were experimented on by the Oracle in a different way and are completely at odds with our way of thinking.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah,
I do agree with that as well. But anyway,
and so you wake them up, but then they're not good. Right, should we move on to just comments from last video?
Sure.
Okay, Majoga says, there is nothing wrong with your content. It's Warframe in general. I'm less than 300 to reaching Mash Rank 30, and I haven't logged in over a week because it just feels like the same cookie cutter content. I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. Just look at how the dislikes outweigh the likes on the official Deimos Arcana trailer.
Yeah.
Look at that comment section. I really have to do a look at that.
It's 2/3 dislike to 1/3 like.
Whoa, that's pretty harsh.
Yeah, it's really high, and Michelle showed it to me during the Framecast, and I was just like, holy shit. So I think it's just a case of like, no, you can't just just do a stamp of this is another open world. You have to keep, this is one of the reasons why people love Warframes. They keep on expanding, they keep on pushing it further and further and further. But what?
Well, I was about to say it's like I do want them to push further and further, but I also want to complete what they're doing. So I can appreciate that Demon's Arcana was trying to fix Deimos, which again didn't come out finished. But then I think part of it is also going to be that if Deimos Arcana had a cool, super infested boss fight in it, which was all epic and built up, I bet you it would have been completely different. But it doesn't feel like the expansion that is required. Like I mean, I suppose it came a lot later, but the Plains got the Tridlon, the Fortuna got the Profit Taker stuff, and the Deimos has gotten the Arcana stuff. And I think that instead of the Arcana, this Arcana patch should just be a subtle hotfix patch, but they just worked it up into being a full, like, oh, it's a big update, and now it's like everyone's like, it really isn't. You know,
again, a lot of people still have problems with things like the token system.
Yeah.
So, but that hasn't been addressed.
Let's move on to more comments, because that's come up later. First of all, actually, this comment from a shrieking cloud of bats. That's the name. That is the name of Shrieking Cloud of Bats. Also, they then say a quick early statement. And like this quick early statement, this thing was paragraphs long. It was brilliant. Anyway, I recently came back to Warframe. I've cut it down, don't worry. I've recently came back to Warframe after a decent hiatus. I left around the time of Scarlet Spear, but that was pretty low energy, half-assed thing. And I think the hiatus was in part inspired the lukewarm response to Scarlet Spear, which to me seemed like a big potential step forward, as messy as the launch was. I think the need to cover action new ground and not reiterate on the systems ad nauseum is going to be key. And thankfully, I think they have a very important piece to move forward with doing that in Railjack. I don't think they can let themselves get bullied out of developing Railjack or Squadlink further. I think they have some really promising tech moving forward in the broad, and they need to push forward with it, despite the fact the community have seemed lukewarm at best with the concepts. And that's the thing I think that's key. Yeah, they need to flesh those things out. They can't just move on to the next big thing. Like, oh, we're going to move on to Deviri. Like, they have to finish Squadlink and have to finish Railjack, in my opinion.
Especially considering they're taking out the original Archwing missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not happy with that, because that's a Destiny move. And if they're going to do that, then I want masses. I want loads of content in the
Railjack.
Railjack. I want mobile defense in there minimum. Come on, just put it in there. It's like just anyway. Moving on. Piflix 14. On the topic of that, the Intrati. Oh yeah, this one. The Intrati family have it easy with just having Snarkfest. As somebody with experience in a dysfunctional family, I honestly can relate to both Kaylee and Kemetos, where it just feels like, can't you two idiots finally stop? And the kids themselves not helping with the mess. It's weirdly heartwarming to see them just have a slightly strained but proper family reunion, since honestly, not many families get the luxury. I guess that's why Deimos is my favorite. Might be that the Deimos story hits close to home and hits the right nerves for me to like it. And if I'm frank, I do like how its Deimos is compact but unique. Now, I do appreciate that this has actually resonated with them so well. To them, it's like, maybe they got family issues or whatever, or maybe they've lost someone, that's fine. So maybe it does give you that. And I appreciate that, but not in my grim dark sci-fi universe.
Loz. It's not a grim dark sci-fi universe.
Not anymore.
No.
Not
anymore.
It
was
do
developed
agree.
in the 2010s. Everything was grim dark then. Literally.
I do agree with there was one point. There's one point that they did say that I do agree with, like the compact nature of it. Yeah, that's great and everything, but I do like the fact that they expanded the token system into the game, because people were fed up of playing the missions, the bounties and things, but then getting deadpan stopped at being able to progress any further because of the syndicate cap. Fair enough, they put in the token system, but the problem is that there's too many tokens, there's too much variety, and it just overcomplicates the whole system. It's like, no, I don't want to do fishing, I don't want to do conservation, just let it go, stop it, right? Give us additional bounties and things on those on additional family members and things, like expand it out. Diminishing returns the rep you get with the family members when you get to a certain point. Oh, you're only getting 10% of what you would normally get, Anyway.
Well, that goes into Kenneth Cunningham and Zerugal's point. Deimos is my favorite of the... Well, sorry, this is Kenneth Cunningham's comment, but Zerugal did echo this very similarly, and I'm pretty sure he would also say it's very well infested. But
Sure.
I'm more point the same because he said about the same thing about same thing about tokens. So Deimos is my favorite of the open world, but I'm biased because I love the infested aesthetic. I do prefer the token system because I don't have to worry about hitting my cap. I can just play and just cash them in when I need standing. In the other open worlds, I didn't even play after I hit my cap. Now, that's true in some ways, but also the thing is the other open worlds did have tokens in a respect with the mining and fishing was a way to just stock up on additional rep. And you could just go play Profit Taker and just, not Profit Taker and Exploiter, and they would just drop you a massive load of all the resources. And if you ever just wanted, you just shoved it into the rep machine. True, you can do bounties.
Sorry to interrupt, but the Ticker, right? Ticker had the debt bonds, right?
Yeah.
You could just buy them up, right?
Yeah, but there was a limit on those at least.
Yeah.
No, but it was
there wasn't enough to hit your cap in a day.
There wasn't enough to hit.
Yeah, they weren't. You couldn't do an infinite number of them to get infinite rep in a day.
What do you want about?
Out of you go to Ticker.
Yeah.
And it shows you like 12 things. When you clear one, you can't redo them, and you have to wait for it to time out to put all new load in.
Yeah, which is like a couple of hours, isn't it?
Is it daily or?
So I think we might have lost Loz.
Oh no!
Hold on. Pausing.
Loz.
Right, so we got Loz back. I swear that the Ticker resets like every few hours, not once a day. I swear it's on. Do you want me to look it up?
Oh, I can type. Actually, I have a new window would be better. Hang on. And I can use like two fingers now, you know? The one problem is I can't grab you. War.
You can do Warframe Wiki Ticker.
Yeah.
Should I pause it again?
No, because I'm doing this in VR and I'm not typing, so you do it quick. Or you can pause if you want. I started pushing buttons. Where have I typed that? I don't even know where I've typed that.
Warframe Wiki Ticker.
There we go.
Trading debt, no. Purchasing debt bonds. 8 hours. Every 8 hours is refreshes.
That's a long time.
No, it's more than I thought it was, but it's still not a whole day. You could, in theory, do that.
Your point is moot. It's still you could do that. You could do that 2 times a day. You're not going to be up for all 3, unless you literally go to sleep and wake up and go, yes, I must do my ticket things every day. I must. There's nothing compared. That doesn't compare to the tokens, you know. And there's only a certain amount you get on there. I mean, I'm tempted to when we log off. I'm tempted to see exactly how much standing you can get per 8-hour period, but it's not going to be a lot. And so it's not to the point like the medals where you can just stock up. You could just play forever, get medals and medals and medals and medals and medals and medals for days, and just anytime your rep cap resets, you can just fill it instantaneously with medals. No, but in theory, you could do that with fish and minerals on Fortuna, but you couldn't do that with Ticker.
Oh, but fishing and mining. Oh, no.
You could just
hold on. It's fishing, mining, conservation, and Father has all the random crap.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the comments. Through these. Peter Graver at Xeno.
Shit, what have I done?
Please pick topics from people who can form full sentences. This just screams that this player is tired of being overpowered and outplayed by others.
I do concur with you. I had very little time to get the topic. I'm sorry.
Also, dig at Xeno from Nick Evans. Well, maybe your K drive don't have mods, but mine could double jump.
Okay, cool. Okay. That's good for you.
And just as a plus point for Xeno from Jamira Levy Green, keep up the good work.
Thank you. Someone appreciates it.
Right, now we're moving on to the memes.
Yes, I believe so. Do you want me to take down the time?
And while you're getting down the time, yeah, I hope so. just want to point out these are comments, but they're the memes from Stromber Shell. I was listening I was listening until the memes, and then I had to watch. It was worth it.
Lol.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do when I watch the episodes at work.
Nice. And then Peter and Nick Evans did explain the do you remember we had the monkey meme last week? So that was like be monkey, and then it was a monkey spinning.
No.
Monkey.
Be a monkey. Yeah, so they explained that to me. Thank you very much for explaining memes to me. I do approve of people explaining memes.
I wanna find out which one this is.
Monkey.
What? I'm not allowed to find out which one it is.
I can't remember which one it is. I suppose I could just scroll up over here, couldn't I?
I'm just gonna look at the. Nope, not that one. Oh, it's one of the Google ones, isn't it? One of the Google ones. I'll find it. Oh,
God.
wait, no, it's the Wukong one.
I just want to point out to everyone, I linked it to Xeno, and we found in World of Warcraft that the term muckety muck
Oh god.
applied for any muckety mucks to oversee dredger building. I'm like, oh god, it's spreading. It's not a thing. Won't let it be a thing.
Right, so
Not a thing.
okay.
Not a thing.
So how to get Wukong, followed by how to play Wukong, continued on to help. I have returned to monkey.
Yeah, got it.
I still don't get it. What is the meme?
The meme is, those things where you see like the evolving man primate thing, and it gets bigger until it becomes man.
Right.
The man then turns around and says, "Go back! I want to be monkey." And then it cuts to a monkey spinning on a bar like those. There's also another bit with this sort of waking up from 2020 sort of thing, and you're a monkey, but that's separate. Yeah, it's about I want to be monkey. Anyway, let's move on to the memes of this week, which I will now move things around so I can actually look at memes again. Woo! There we go.
Will I be allowed to have a meme voice for this?
Oh, do we need to send all the memes to?
Yeah, I'll send the memes to Tobiah.
I think I actually put the right way around in the log, so the memes were first. You probably just dump that in to the chat. I don't have found a way of doing that yet.
Control C.
Yeah, the stream is small. I can't see.
Yeah, we see the stream used to be big, but now
you.
for the time. So yeah, we need to have thingy.
Okay.
So but while that's getting to Vira. So basically, by the way, this is Meme Frame. We review memes from the Meme Frame subreddit. If you ever want a laugh that is Warframe based in your week, go to r/Meme Frame. There are some hardworking meme farmers, I promise you. And what I do each week is I look for 6 of the best and I bring them to you. Well, what I think the best. I don't just go for the top 6. And then we have a look at them. So the first meme of the week is called Steel Essence. DE, when Acolytes on Steel Path drop Steel Essence, but Shadow Stalker doesn't. Logic.
Is that what logec is supposed to mean?
Okay.
I didn't realize that was supposed to be logic. Oh my god, by hearing. I had that once.
I tried to do an entire meme this week of the weird NPC plastic face. There was 3 of them, but I couldn't find any more, so I picked this one as my favorite. Right. Okay. Yeah. Why Shadow Stalker no drop Steel Essence? DE? Why? Anyway, moving on to meme number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, this was the top one, and I'm like, I sort of get this, I guess. It is simply titled "Interesting."
Okay.
The average Genshin Impact fan with the standard classic soy face about their premium currency going from 248 to 5,017. Then we have the supreme Warframe enjoyer. We see a rather suave individual. It goes from 0 platinum to 1 platinum.
Does that guy have sausages for lips?
The guy looks like a combination of Mads Mikkelsen and The Rock and Christopher Judge.
Well, they're clearly wishing I'm putting a fashion frame, and that's the only thing I want to point out.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 3.
I mean, like maybe if the platinum amount was also massive, because surely nobody would be plussed about getting 1 platinum. Whereas I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
It's the top voted meme. Okay, yes, this is from PS5, and I thought it was amazing. So, if anyone else noticed this, I died. Hotfix is coming in 3 minutes. Hello, PlayStation Tenno, and welcome, PS5 Tenno, who joined us last week. This is your first ever hotfix on Next Gen. Welcome to me, Red Text. I will be your guide to today's hotfix. Wait, ignore me, wrong platform. Goodbye.
Oh, that's so sad.
What the fuck did they put this on?
Well, you can see in the bottom left, the LT, left trigger.
Oh,
I think
God,
that's
it's Xbox.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so awesome. Okay.
That one is good. Red text not always on the board. Meme-orific. Meme number 4. Bone Widow changes be like, okay, right. Drew, you do DE. I'll do is Chloe? Is it Chloe?
No, Phoebe.
Phoebe, damn it. All right, okay, you ready? All right. Change. Arcwing. Melee mods. Change Arcwing melee mods.
You can use Shield Bash with a gun equipped.
Oh dear, Bone Widow. When will you work?
What the fuck? Okay. And then
number
6.
5.
Oh, wait. Yes, 5. 5. Yep.
Boom, baby. At a boss fight. My newbie friend. Should I use my abilities on him? He seems tough. Me? Nah, I'll just shoot him in the face with a shotgun. My newbie friend, you're fucking off the chain. You're off the fucking chain.
Shine.
You're off the fucking chain. And number 6.
We love hotness.
Yes, I really wish they made more of that instead of it's so good. Anyway, the only column, the last move of the week, the only co-op element of Warframe is revive. You are down. Nearby but a guy coming to revive you. Guy revives your pet who is down beside you. You die. There we go.
Lol.
Right, let us move on to the community shoutouts of the week, Xeno.
Cool. Do you need me to take the time again?
I can do time.
So he promises.
Well, you're going to have to link them to Devour, though.
I already did.
Oh, I got them. I got them.
Okay. Are you
Plan
ready?
ahead.
Yeah. So our first
I am ready.
Our first community shout out is Octavia Prime as a concept by Veldemoth.
I am letting it load. Letting it shine on my face. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ooh.
That's how you do MDRLOz. You should learn.
I do like, yes.
We don't
Yes,
have
that's it.
Octavia Prime yet.
It's a concept.
the next
Did you
Prime.
not hear me say?
Yeah, I know, but it's not
It's a
black,
concept.
white, gold.
Oh my god. Moving on to number 2.
It's black, white, and gold. Tell them to do it again.
No,
Right.
it was
Number 2.
it was customized. No taste.
Snow Lotus by Hound 15.
Hang on, let me see this. Let me judge it with my judgy art face. Oh,
Moth, please ignore Loz. Yeah, this
That
is
is
awesome.
Oh.
Oh god, I almost feel like it just looks so perfect. It should move and it should zoom out, and then be a couple having a snowball fight or something in front of it. It just pops out that.
Oh.
Right. The third community shout out
Frost.
is
Oh.
our third community shout out is Ryan the Operator by Satoshi Norio.
Is there any Warframe accounts that would potentially want to ship with my boy Ryan, my operator? No.
I'll tell you, my operator, Dova, she would think, oh, dang, he's actually kind of cool.
No.
Sweet.
I really wish I could get that Prime face mask thing for your operator that's like on Amazon Prime. And I'm like, I'm not paying for Amazon Prime just to get that.
I have it, and it's
by the way,
alright.
it's annoying because they bugged it. I don't know if they fixed it, but the mask is in the eye slot and the eye slot is in the mask section.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
It's really annoying. So it's really hard to combine with other things. So like basically, I think for
Are
me,
they not going to fix that?
I don't know, but like I want to use it as a mask and then something else. Like what was it I wanted to use? I wanted to use a bandana and that mask,
Right.
but that it's in the mask slot. So all I can do is.
Well,
No,
surely they'll fix it.
It's in the eye slots. I mean, I'll look at it again, but when it came out, it was bugged to hell.
Right.
So-
The fourth community shout out is Keep the Squad Together by Hound15.
Keeping the squad.
I really, really like this one.
Oh,
so good.
that position that the Volt is in is priceless.
I love all of them. The mag is brilliant.
She's like, I could pull it to me, and the Excalibur is like, Deus Vult.
We must reclaim the Holy Land.
Right.
We must reclaim Lua.
No noblest dominate. Anyway, and then the Volt's just at the back. So good. I love it.
But it's the Oberon that's trying to hold them all together.
Yeah.
Papa Obi.
The fifth community shout out is Valkyr Sonic Frame by D3M1 Doodles.
Oh wow. Oh, that's nice.
That is really cool, actually. I really like that.
Them legs are skinny.
Well, I mean, have you seen
How it
Sonic?
is.
Big hands.
Yep, that's how it is.
That's the Warframe my operator is definitively attached to. It's Valkyr. Because Kitty. Because Kitty.
Lol. And then the sixth community shout out. Very competitive, such challenge, many Equinox, wow, by Joriel.
Oh. That's that's so cute. Yes. I forgot those that was Equinox's default colors in like prime form.
Yeah.
The blue. Yeah. That's not blue. Whatever the color is.
Yeah. Cool. Right.
Yes.
Well, that's it for the community shout outs. Loz, are you going to take the time so I can wrap this up with a quote?
Go for it.
Right. Cool. Tenno, you are being sent in by Railjack Jump. Now, I realize not all of you have had hands-on experience out in the plains. Honestly, none of us have ever faced a situation quite like a 400-foot Eidolon. I would not be asking any one of you to take this leap if I did not have complete faith in your ability to succeed. Your sure-footed will never be more needed than it is today. Do you want it again?
Godzilla?
Which Godzilla?
The remake before King of Monsters.
To 2014.
Yeah, is that its name? I thought it was just called Godzilla.
It is called Godzilla, but typically people just refer to it like Godzilla 2014.
2014. Yeah, I guess the other one in the 97 one's called Godzilla, isn't it? It's 97. Yeah. Is it that one?
What does Devaro think? Because you look like you have an idea.
I'm pretty sure Law's already guessed it.
Why do you
Is
think
it Godzilla 2014?
It is Godzilla 2014. Good job, Devaro.
Well, I just based that off of your reaction being like you
I know.
weren't denying it.
Yeah, no,
I need to play Among Us with you guys sometime.
Yes, you do.
I
right.
didn't think I was right, if I'm honest. That was just an opening guess.
Well, I mean,
I thought, okay, I'm going to get this wrong on the first one. Let's just go with, yeah.
Well, in all honesty, the quote was really difficult to translate because the original quote is, "Gentlemen, you're being sent in by Halo Jump. Now, I realize not all of you have had hands-on experience. Frankly, none of us have ever had faced a situation quite like this before. I would not be asking any of you to do this leap if I didn't have complete faith in your ability to succeed. Your courage will never be more needed than today." There is nothing that would indicate what movie this is from, so I had to add stuff in.
Yeah.
Saying Halo Jump makes me think of not Godzilla.
Exactly, right? And I'm like, hold on, how? Oh. But the height thing, I actually went online and actually found out how tall that Godzilla was.
Ah.
Yeah. I thought
I didn't think I'd get it in one.
Right, well, that's it for this week's episode of 10 o'clock. Tobiah, thank you very much for coming on. It's been absolutely lovely having you on for the second time. Loz, take note, second time. Loz, second time.
Second time.
Second time, Loz.
Second time, Loz.
Second time, Loz.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, the credits are rolling. My name is in pure yellow.
Yeah.
It's glorious. Support Xeno on Patreon.
And Kofi. Kofi's an option as well.
And Kofi.
Yeah.
And subscribe star if Xeno figures it out.
I have yet to figure it out, okay. I've got to get ready.
Hi, guys.
I've got to get ready for Cyberpunk. I don't have time for subscribe star.
No, they can't even see me face palming.
I can't.